All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. How's everyone doing today? Good morning, Norm.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Carlos. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. All right, guys. So let's get into it. We had a very interesting day yesterday. Some very good stocks on our watch list. So let's just kind of go through what we had yesterday. Here was our main list. Here was our possible. Again, our main list traded very well yesterday. I didn't get a chance to record the open like I did last the day prior. So I just got to get into a habit of doing that. I had to restart my machines. There's a lot of things going on yesterday that were not fun. So let's look at what we have here. So again, Tesla. Let's look at yesterday. Tesla looks very active again this morning. Let's look how it traded yesterday. All right, let's back up over here. Here we go. All right, so Tesla guy's been, as you know, very, very active. Yesterday had a beautiful pre-market activity. Probably one of the stocks that had probably the best of the pre-market activities that were out there. So this was trading very well. You can see here beautiful downtrend. Then right at the open, you get this beautiful drop. But look at the comeback on this 1 5 minute candle, right? So this is why I didn't take Tesla into consideration for opening range breakup because this candle here was just a little bit all over the place. But if you were tuning into the 1 minute, you can see how beautiful this was. Nice little pullback here, and then it just takes off. This could have been a great entry. Also, this is a good signal here. When you see something like this, it's good to wait. This is a good signal that the stock is strong, right? When you see a sell-off like this and come, shoot right back up, that means that buyers are stepping in. They don't believe this stock should be anywhere down here. Buyers buying it up, and then the next candle is you want to wait for the next candle to give you a good indication of what's going to happen next. And you can see here the buyers took over and took this up pretty nice all the way up to 648. So then Tesla beautiful open at the market yesterday after having again just an amazing pre-market activity, right? So here we have Microsoft, another one that had earnings. I believe yesterday, no, the day before.
Yep.
The day before they had earnings, so they had a good pre-market activity. Kind of a nice little sell-off here. They get going below the VWAP nicely. Actually, gave you a beautiful short play for a possible trend trade here on the 9. It got a little again, it's just got a little dead over here. The volume really died down on Microsoft, but again, this is the best you're going to get on Microsoft. It does a stock does not move very much, doesn't move very well. But yesterday at the open, you had a nice little drop, a nice pullback here. Couldn't stay above the VWAP. When we talk about this, guys, when you see, look at the 1 minute. When you see this trying to stay above the VWAP and it cannot, that's a good indication that the stock is weak, right? So sometimes you'll hear us in the chat room saying, this stock looks weak or this stock looks a certain way. These are the indications you're getting, right? Look, every time it gets to the VWAP, you can see sells back down, has big rejections off this level here, and then it becomes a beautiful short after that, breaking the low of the day, and even giving you a little more after that as well. Here's AMD. So AMD had a nice, very extended pop here, guys. At the 5 minute, this thing took off. The only way you could have taken a trade here was looking for a 2 minute open range breakup on the 1 and taking advantage of that. If you waited for the 5, it just didn't have a good opportunity here because just how extended it got. Here it got a little bit toppy. It does give you some, not quite a double top, and I really like to see the double tops on the 5, not the 1. It just gets pretty toppy in this 47.40 area, and then it just sells right back down, right back to VWAP, and then even further down. Retests of the VWAP several times here, and then becomes a beautiful short, even breaking the low of the day on AMD. Then I love this reversal. This is a level here that we have two highs and lows, and the one from yesterday and the one from the day before, this 46.10. And look how beautiful this thing takes off from that level. So find support here, and that nicely squeezes right back up to the VS. So this would have been a really nice trade. Again, you have a really big drop here. Once you start seeing the change reversing higher highs and higher lows, which you're getting here, that's a good indication that the trend has changed or is about to change. A good entry here for a reversal right back up to VWAP. So that was nice. Here's Baba. Baba is also, I believe, pretty active this morning, 235 already. Another one also, just nice little pop here. Got toppy. You do get an engulfing here on the 5, right? So that's an engulfing pattern there. And this engulfing patterns, I usually like to wait for the next candle and look at the pullback you get here. So this, once you get that pullback, you don't want this going higher than the engulfing, right? You want to start selling right back down. On the way back down, it's a good entry for a short. And it did just that, broke through the VWAP, all the moving averages nicely down here. Came back up, again, try to get above the VWAP again. It cannot stay above the VWAP. The next few candles right back down. Look at this drop. I mean, hopefully you guys took advantage of this beautiful drop all the way down to these levels down here. 205, a level that we had on our daily. Quickly, let's look at Facebook. Facebook was a great opening range breakup, guys, and look at this candle here. It's a beautiful opening range breakup, and then gives you a nice pullback. This one right here on the 5, I think will be this one here, right? Gives you a nice pullback and then the takeoff, right? So if you miss this entry here, waiting for the pullback here, you get one here, you get another one here, and look how beautiful this thing just take off. So again, Facebook was very nice. Facebook had earnings the day before. Again, they dropped down a lot. They were down huge. I think I want to say like 17 bucks or something like that, or even more. I can't remember. But then again, it's just nice little squeeze here, just kind of gaining some ground after being down so much. CCL was amazing, guys. This one started taking off right before the market opened. As you can see right on here, you do have a nice little pop getting on here, hitting the levels that we had, higher, close to higher for the pre-market, and then just really takes off, guys. This thing just took off nicely here. So a beautiful trade there. Also gets a little top at this moving average, comes right back down. I took a trade on this one, opening range breakup on the 5. We waited for the 5 minute, waited for around the 4th minute I got in because it was a good indication here on the 1 that this thing wanted to break out, and it did just that very nicely here. So CCL was a really nice play. So again, just a great watch list yesterday. I mean, this we said it. This was almost a blockbuster watch list yesterday, right? Even our
Yep.
possibles had some good moves. Right, we can't go through all of them, but even the possibles traded well. Look at MU there, nice opening range breakup
Or
as well.
possibles had possibles.
Exactly. There you go. So it was a really good day yesterday. Let's hope today we get into that same situation. And again, we are in earnings, so that does help quite a bit. Noam, what do we have in regards to the SPY and market news?
SPY's actually relatively flat this morning compared to what it's been the last few days. It's down about just shy of 0.2%. It just the headlines about coronavirus keep coming out. It's
Yeah.
part of it. You know, treasuries or yields are dropping like crazy. So, people there is some evidence of fear in the markets. I'll put it that way. Which we've had a big long run where we've pulled back a little bit from it, but not very much. So people are a little bit nervous uh, on the pullback. We had some economic data come out this morning. Nothing blockbuster that was really that exciting. Didn't do a whole lot to the markets. If anything, it's caused it to turn up just a little bit, but barely. Consumer sentiment comes out at 10 a.m. That's pretty important number. That'll be for January. And then that's about it for today.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, this is all over the news. I mean, it's been all over the news now, but it's just people are getting more concerned with this virus. So, if there's a reason to for the stock for the market to at least take a break here from all the madness that it has been running up nicely, this could be a good reason to do that, or at least give us some kind of reason for it to do it. All right, guys. So let's get to our gappers list. Also, yesterday what a great ask me anything yesterday with Thor and Peter. So if you guys missed that, make sure you check out YouTube. So I definitely enjoyed that last night. Let's take a look at here at NAV. Go over our gappers list, then we'll do our Nasdaq active and see what else you guys have on your list. So NAV this morning up 54%. That's a nice big pop here. Pre-market activity doesn't look all that great. Only 116,000 shares traded. Not sure if this is any kind of, doesn't look like a buyout, but the pre-market doesn't look all that great. 84 million share float, so it's not a low flow stock. Definitely worth having on the list. We do have a nice pop here. The daily, I mean, this thing actually looks okay. It's not great. It looks okay. I mean, we're going from 24 to 37, so anyone sitting here short definitely is getting the shock factor right now. Definitely worth watching. So we'll keep this one on the list. NAVA. Let's see what's going on there. Hopefully, you can get more volume and get
Okay.
a better pre-market activity because that right now is not looking all
That
that good.
is that is trading on based on a buyout offer.
Oh, okay.
Volkswagen offered to buy them for $2.9 billion.
Hmm.
That is so it's not. It's definitely not a buyout, but a possible.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that could be that's positive news for these guys. We got a company like that buying them out, so that could be positive news. Obviously, we're up quite a bit this morning, so we'll keep an eye on this one. SNDX. Let's take a look at this. This is 118,000 shares traded right now. We are up 24.6 on this one. Looking at the daily, it looks a little bit funky. It seems very choppy. A lot of wicks on here instead of bodies on the candlesticks. So again, just don't like the way this is. It kind of trades here. It looks a little bit funky. Pre-market activity doesn't look all that great. Neither very light on the volume. A little bit lighter. It is over 100,000, but just the pre-market activity is a little bit lighter here. Hopefully, it can get better. I'm not sure how this stock normally trades on a regular basis. It is on a lower price. Trading under $5 for the most part here, and under 10 bucks and around 650 here. So again, doesn't have the best looking chart. We'll keep it on here. Hopefully, it can get better. But right now, if I was to make my list now, this probably would not be on it. Let's look at ADNT. AD&T has 244 this morning, up 24%. Again, another one that's up nice little gap. Pre-market is not looking all that great yet. It does have some volume. Let's hope that it can get a little bit better. I do like the dailies. It's got a nice area here where we're sitting at a price action. We have a level right on here, so that's nice. So hopefully we can break out of that. That can create some good opportunities. But overall, pre-market's got to get just a little bit better on here. On these stocks, Norm, so far, anything, any news or any on AD&T or an SDNX, anything exciting that we should be aware about in regards to catalysts?
Uh, SDNX is a investment of a couple of firms, but it's also dilutive to their shares. It's like a secondary and then a debt
Yeah.
reduction, so it's kind of it's all over the place. Um, I haven't had a chance to dig into it much. I don't trade a ton of pharma stocks, so that's why I haven't really gotten too deep into it. But it could be definitely in play this morning. As far as AD&T, they had earnings come in with a pretty they pretty handily beat, so that's where they're sitting.
All right,
What's
excellent.
going on there?
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Let's go down to Amazon. Amazon obviously had earnings. This was the talk of the day yesterday. I mean, look at this thing. It is up 11%. So this thing is just a nice big pop for them. I guess they must have blew earnings off the doors here, Norm.
Yep, yep, they sure did. You know that it's Federal Reserve number two. They can just print whatever money they want.
Yep, makes perfect sense. So we'll keep Amazon in here. I won't be trading it. It's just a stock that's,
They've
rate. Go ahead.
without joking, yeah, that their cloud services, which is what got Microsoft its huge beat, is also Amazon is the undeniable leader in cloud at this point. That's what's absolutely killing it right now, and they've also had a slew of upgrades and price target increases this morning as well. So
Yep, that will definitely do it. Let's head over to what we have here, CL. So CL right under Amazon on the gappers list. Check what's going on over here. All right, so CL, we have traded this one before in the past. Got an okay pre-market activity. It's got some volume right now, 306, up 5.6. Definitely one worth watching. Again, doesn't have the best daily chart, but we have looked at this one before, and it has traded well for us in the past. Norm, any news on this one this morning? Gapping up 5.6.
yeah, absolutely. They had earnings this morning, and their earnings were roughly in line with estimates, but they just killed it on revenues. So that's what's given this one a pop. It's not the kind of company you usually see gapping up 5+%. So a little interesting there.
Yeah, sure is. Let's head down over to this one again. It's on here every single time. NVAX. All right, so what is this one up to? NVAX again. Not one of my favorite stocks, but just for the heck of it, let's see what it did yesterday, just to see what's going on with this one. All right, so yeah, it's just got some choppiness. It doesn't look all that clean, all that great. Also, the volume seems very light. Also, so again, I'm not gonna have this one on my list, guys. If you've been watching this one and trading it very well, it looks like it's gonna be in play today as well. It's up 4.3. It doesn't have great volume, and the pre-market activity tends to always start like this. For the most part, after we had the really big moving days already. So when you could watch, but I'm not gonna add it on my list because I always end up taking it off anyway. It's just not one of the stocks I like to trade. POL. This morning, 543,000 shares traded. At the moment, they are down 3.1. Their daily chart looks a little bit funky, and what I mean by that is that look how some of these days are just very choppy. You don't really have a lot of movements within them. A lot of wicks with not that much bodies. Look at the last couple of days, the ups and down here. So that could be, that could be a little. That could be a little sign of a choppy stock that trades in the intraday. So also check out the volume. Part of the reason why this thing doesn't move much very well. Even on the days where you had a huge pop, excuse me, let me bring this here, on a huge pop here, look at the volume. Look how low the volume is. 1.7 million shares traded. What's the float on this, by the way? This is 76 million shares flow, so it's not a low flow, but volume is a big thing for us guys. And again, I'm not sure how the intraday was on this day here, but trading 1.7 million shares can't be all that great, right? We need more volume than that for the entire day. So today they have 543,000. So today they almost half of the volume they usually have on a regular basis. That could be an indication these guys are in play today. Norm, what's going on with Poly One?
Secondary offering.
Ah, look at that. So yeah, so it's not even that's why they have so much value. It's not even all that great news anyway. And again, it's just not a stock that looks all that exciting. So I'm just gonna take that one out. WWE, ouch, down 25%, 26% here
It's getting body
this morning.
slammed, man.
It is getting body slammed. Oh my God, look at this thing. So if anyone holding this, you're not a happy camper this morning. So here we are. We are down 16 bucks on this one. Um, Pre-market activities is looking okay. I mean, a lot of the move was done yesterday, so I don't expect this pre-market activity to be doing anything crazy like a Tesla would be doing, but still a good stock that you want to watch this morning. This is a big drop, so you definitely want to keep an eye on this one. Here's what some of the members are sharing with us a body slam here. That's pretty good. So so yeah, so definitely keep an eye on this one. Norm, what happened here?
Yeah. So McMahon got rid of the two co-leaders of the company, co-presidents of the company, essentially saying that they just done a bad job and gave. I don't. It wasn't a excuse me. Um, it wasn't earnings. Or earnings aren't until next month, I don't believe. But they
Okay.
pre-announced the fourth quarter and got rid of executives because of it. So.
Yeah, that news catches people off guard. They definitely do not like that. So this one's definitely one to watch, guys. It's got not a great catalyst this morning. Some really bad news on it, but this could be a good one to trade today. So we'll see how further down WWE can go, or if it's going to bounce from here. Either way, this will be one to definitely watch this morning. It's the only one that's heavily down. I mean, 25%. That's quite a bit for a stock that's 42 million shares float.
And one thing to note on that too is, and somebody asked on YouTube, Nicole asked what the short float was. It's almost 38% per FinViz,
Yep.
or no, it per Trade Ideas.
Yeah, Trade Ideas got it at 30, almost 38 here. So again, we'll have to see how that plays out. All right, and also you got such a short flow like this, and you get a drop like this. People could start bailing out. This is a big win for anybody that was short in this stock. So I don't expect them to be holding much more after you get a drop like this. Let's go quickly go to Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers over here. We'll do the top 10 on both sides. VXRT this morning, penny stock. We'll skip this one. Nasdaq indicator, LLIT. It's usually on this list. Doesn't trade well. More of a penny stock, trading under a buck for the most part. CODX. CODX. This one we have looked at before. Um, don't recall if it's a low flow stock or not, but this one, yeah, 15 million shares flow. So a little bit on the higher side. Still consider a low flow. Anything under 20, 25, we consider a low flow stocks. You want to be extra cautious. But this is one that tends to trade a little bit better. I see we have levels here because we looked at it before in the past. So I'm definitely going to throw it on here for the low flow team. This is one that could be in play today. It's got some good volume, 717,000, dropping down a bit here. And for the last couple of days, we've been just kind of doing a little bit of madness here. Once we got above this $150 range, we have not gotten back down to it, but we have been just chopping around in this area. So it does have some potential. You can see the increase in volume over the last couple of days has been trading a lot more volume than what it usually does. So that could be a one that's in play today. NTEC penny stock INO. This one here, guys. This one here is putting some good days. So this could be another one that you might want to keep an eye on. It is not a low flow stock, but it's one of those possibles that can trade very well. So maybe later in the afternoon, you can in the mid morning, you can take a look at this one. Already 564,000. It is up 4.7. Definitely worth taking a look at. I've seen you guys take some really good trades on this one, and we do have short inventory as well. Here is AMD. So AMD this morning's got some volume, 507. Pre-market is looking interesting. Not the best that we've seen from AMD in the last couple of days, but definitely worth keeping an eye on this one because there's some on here that I'm not going to keep, like SNDX might not be one that I keep on here. I'm sorry, ADTN. Oh, no, where's the one that was a buy? Oh, I think we took it off already. Yeah, we took that off already. Nasdaq indicator, Amazon we have. Amazon is one that I won't watch, so I'll take that one off as well. LLIT, we looked at ADRO, nothing good here, more of a penny stock, trading under a buck. CPSH, no volume. SNDX, we have CBLI. It's got some activity here. The last couple of days broke out of the dollar range here. But see, I like these stocks. I like this day is probably the best day to trade them. The rest can be a little funky, right? You're gonna get a lot of fake outs. So if I am gonna trade one of these stocks, like INO or CODX, when they have that first breakout, you get some good opportunities long or short. But then the rest of the days, it tends to get very choppy as people try to relocate, reposition their positions on those stocks. So I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one. I'm not gonna add it on here. I think if you want to trade one of the low flows, I think CODX and NIO. I'm sorry, CODX would be the low flow, and then a lower price stock, and INO will be another one you can watch as well. Let's take a look at AHPI. This one here, it's got no good pre-market activity. Same thing here, right? You had the nice pop first. Now it starts doing this choppiness. It just don't want no part of that. It's not a great daily. SPRO, no volume. DGLY, no activity, no volume. And then the last one on this list, oh no, two more. ITMR. ITMR. Okay, this one looks a little more interesting. It's got a, no, I don't like this. Look at the volume on the daily. This thing barely trades over 100,000 shares. You don't want to be involved in this guy, so stay away from that. Then last one, Amazon, we have on our list. All right, Norm, what do you got today in your list that you like?
You did have, I don't think you looked at GSX, but XOM and that both popped up on the Gapper since we've gone through it. Might take a look at that. Be watching WDC. It had a couple of analyst changes. I'll call them that because they went all kinds of different directions. But it's up 5%. Probably hit Gapper soon.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm still
nice.
looking to see what else I can find.
Nice little pop here on WDC. Yeah, this is interesting. This is on earnings as well, or just analyst upgrades?
WDC had earnings yesterday after the close. So yes, and then they got an upgrade this morning from sell to hold. They got a couple of buy ratings with price target increases. So that's what's going on.
Right. All right. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely worth keeping on here as well. What's the other one you mentioned? GSX popped up in our gappers.
GSX.
Yeah, so this one here it's got a pretty nice block trade here that's costing probably most of the volume at the moment, 369. So again, I'm not seeing anything great on this one, guys. It is on our gappers
No.
here, but nothing too exciting. XOM, I see some of you guys mentioned that as well. This one looks interesting. A nice big drop here. Now this is uh
ExxonMobil.
ExxonMobil. Yeah, this stock's been taking a hit over the last couple of days. So trading very well in this pre-market activity. This is one that normally on a regular basis does not trade well, but today they definitely have some either news out or something is causing this beautiful drop here with some activity. Already a million shares traded. So definitely gonna throw it on here. We'll take a look at that one as well. Go ahead.
They had earnings this morning. I haven't had a chance to dive into it yet.
Okay. All right. Definitely good activity at the moment. We'll definitely keep an eye on this one. All right. So that covers our list so far. What do you guys like this morning? What do you guys have on your end? We're looking at X. Okay. Someone mentioned X here. So X at the moment, it's got some amazing volume. Pretty much flat right now, sitting right on the previous day close. It's been on a beautiful downtrend over the last couple of days. That's a very great daily chart. You have final support here at 9. I would love for this to possibly squeeze because you do have some room to run up here. So again, I saw a question also on YouTube that I would like to answer. I mean, someone was asking, is Amazon a long or a short? And we really, I mean, me personally, I don't really focus on what the stock is going to be long or short. I know there's some traders, and there's nothing wrong with this. They'll have a list of long stocks and a list of short stocks, right? And they'll put them on their list. Say, hey, this is a possible long, this is a possible short. I mean, I stay away from doing that because to me, I can go either way on these depending on what the patterns that I get at the open. So when the open happens, the information I'm getting as the candles are building, that's what's going to determine if I'm going to go long or short and where my levels are at, right? So now what I'm seeing here on the daily based off levels, right? Regardless of what the news is, whatever it is that for the last couple of days, it's been holding this 9. It's been holding this 9 support here, right? Obviously, this is a strong support. They don't want to go lower than that. Right now, I already broke up to 10. So if this thing can continue to hold above this 960, could have less resistance to go north, right? Less resistance. I mean, it's going to go north, but it has less resistance here. There's barely any support compared to, any resistance compared to the support it has down here, right? Plenty of support down here. Look at all the highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. So that's what I'm looking at, but I won't label this stock as a long because how many times have we seen this and then boom, you break the 9 level support and head down to 8, right? It happens all the time. So I don't label them that way, but if this thing can squeeze, it could be a nice possible for a long here with some room to run. So X looks interesting, guys. It does have good pre-market activity, some good volume. Definitely throw it on here. We'll take a look at that one. What else we have? Facebook, Netflix. Facebook right now not looking all that great pre-market wise. Pretty choppy this morning. But the good thing about Facebook is that we do have a nice drop the last we had a beautiful drop yesterday, so today could be a good continuation day. So not seeing anything all that great right now. Also, it's going to depend a lot on the SPY. These Facebook, Apple, Nvidia, they tend to move a lot what the SPY does. So we'll see this thing wants to recover and start closing a little bit of this gap. That could be interesting too. So I think it's a good possible. I'm not going to add it on there, but if you guys see some good movements, or if I see it on my scanners, I'll definitely throw it on the list. And NVC, this is one that's gapping up nicely today, 41.1%. 1.8 million shares traded. Again, I do not like trading stocks with this type of daily activity. This right here to me does not look clean at all. I just prefer to avoid them. This could be tradable, guys. It's very, very active this morning. If this is your style of trading, you could definitely put it on your list. But for me personally, this is one that I'm just going to stay away from this morning. But if you want, we can do levels for it. We'll do levels for it in NVC because I think a lot of you guys are interested in that one. We'll do levels for it, but it won't be on my list. CAT, and then I think we have to look at Netflix next. All right, CAT, here we go. CAT this morning. It's got some volume, not the greatest pre-market activity. It's kind of pretty flat right now. You got some huge wicks here that don't really mean much. That could just be transactions being posted. But overall, it's just kind of stuck within in this nasty range at the moment. So also CAT is a stock doesn't trade very well. Look at the daily on this one. So again, I'm on the fence on CAT at the moment. BUD is actually a foreign stock.
Foreign.
Yep, doesn't trade very well, guys. I'm gonna stay away from this one. Also, look at the volume today. Not doing anything good. But the daily, the daily is holding here. Is holding here, but it could go either way. It can bounce, it can drop. Right, the last couple of days have been a little bit more active. Got some good candles in here, but overall, just stay away from this one. It's a foreign stock, so you're not gonna get.
But it's foreign stock, and you can completely see on the daily all those big gaps and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I'm just gonna stay away from that one. They tend to not have, and the reason why, if you're new to our community, the reason is because they tend to not have the best trading intraday activity. That's the only reason, guys. Nothing wrong with foreign countries or whoever they're based out of. It's just the intraday tends to be a lot less volume, a lot more choppy. The spread seems to be a little bit higher. There's a lot of things that play out when it comes to those foreign companies. CHC.
Just know they are.
Yep.
So
I'm sorry.
You can look it up. If you look it up on FinViz, you'll find out they're foreign. We just both know off the top of our heads that Bud is foreign.
Yep, correct. I think you could do it if you do it FinViz. You can check. There should be information on there on how to pull that up. But a good way, a good indicator, right? Because you're not gonna check every single stock. You might not want to do that. A good indicator. I'll show you. Let's go back to it. If we go back to Bud, when you start seeing this type. Look at this gappers.
It's a telltale sign,
yeah. This right here, when you see that type of daily chart, that's you could tell it's a foreign stock. Another one is I think it's TM, same thing. See the candles? Another one is SM, I think it is, or STM. So another one that also look at the candles. See the bodies? Yep. Yeah, these are when you see that, that's a good indication. This might not be a stock you want to trade. Check it out.
It's really SNE.
Yes,
because it's one of the more
active.
It's all over the place too.
Yeah. So here's another one as well. All right, guys. So let's IBM. Let's take a look at a few more IBM and Netflix. I forgot to look at Netflix. Someone mentioned that. I'll look at that next. So IBM this morning. This is at a nice pop up. I think earnings. I saw that on Twitter or something. So it had earnings here up 4% this morning, 104. This could be a good one to watch, guys. Yeah, we'll throw it on here. This could be a good one to watch. IBM. There we go. All right, folks. Let's get to our announcements. We'll come back and fine tune this list. We have a lot on here, and a lot does not look great. We'll definitely shed some off for that list.
So Patrick is saying, Bud, is it not the beer company in the U.S., St. Louis? Bud is Budweiser, but it was bought out by InBev, which is a European country, several years ago. All right, guys. Let's see here. BBT, as I mentioned yesterday, you can sign up for a BBT forum membership, which is free. We have tons of free information on our forums. Everything from hotkey setups, customized hotkeys, DAS information, trade journaling, trade buddy groups, all kinds of stuff. So we welcome you to join that area and, meet some of our members, give it a shot, try it out, see what you think. Of course, you can also do so, and I'll just get it out of the way now. If you're watching us on YouTube and haven't been in the room, you can do that at a discount, $24 for a week. use the promo code premarket24. It doesn't auto renew or turn into any other kind of membership. Success webinars for lifetime members. We have coming up Jonathan Katz next Wednesday. He is a performance coach and psychologist. He will be discussing mental prep and routine. Week after that, Mike Bellafiore, S&B Capital. Most of these are at 8 p.m. Eastern, but some of these guys like Mike, I don't know when Jonathan Katz is I'm guessing that's not at 8 p.m. Carlos, do you know what time it is off the top of your head?
No, I think the time has not been set. So I'll have to
Okay.
check. Yeah.
We'll announce. Yeah, we'll announce it next week and send out an email as well. But Mike Bellafiore, I know that one is scheduled for 4 p.m. And then Ed Martin, 2-week trend trading series on the 19th and 26th. Andrew's looking to do a meetup in the Middle East, possibly Dubai. Exact dates to be determined in February. Check out the link that AB will put up to discuss in the forum if you want to go have a beer with Andrew. Also, our Twitter handles are there. We post all kinds of stuff related to trading, being a trader, sometimes good, sometimes how it sucks, sometimes how you earn nicknames like HFT, stuff like that.
Yes.
So anyway, they're right there at Variable Traders, at Carlos MBBT, and at Norm BBT.
All right, excellent. Thank you guys. Let's get to this list. So here we have this morning quite a bit. Let's get rid of some. NAV, interesting on this one, and this is up 55%. So I just want to see what's going on that one. So we'll keep that one. SNDX is starting to put a okay pre-market activity. I'm not a fan of it really. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna take this one off. I just don't like the daily. I don't like the pre-market activity right now. It has some volume. It is up 24%. Could be some potential in here, but for my style, I think I'm just going to take this one off. Could be a good possible maybe. ADNT also has got that same type of the setup as well. I just don't like the way this is setting up, so I'm going to take this one off also. These could be two good possibles, so we'll add it to the possibles list. Amazon, I'm taking off as well. I know I'm not going to trade Amazon, but we'll do some levels just in case some of you guys are going to trade this one here. We have our high sitting at 2088. And our low, it's not every day we get to set these type of price numbers, so we got to take advantage. We have 2021 here at the bottom, and then below that, guys, the next area of possible support is 1916, right, all the way down here. So again, Amazon really killing their earnings yesterday. Look how this 2021 is acting as support here on the daily as well. That's a very nice. Oops, zoomed in too much. That's a very nice support you're having there. Resistance that will now become support. You definitely want to keep an eye out on that. So again, very active this morning, guys. 517,000 shares traded. Definitely worth watching if this is your type of stock to trade. CL this morning, I like CL. We have traded before in the past. Pre-market activity is looking okay, not the greatest, but this one has some potential, so we're going to put it on here. 73.34 is the high of the pre-market. Above that, we have a nice beautiful spike here at 74.26 and another one here at 75. So again, some good daily levels for CL. One more all the way up here nicely at 76.36. Towards the bottom here, you can see here in the daily it's not as clean. I don't see any major levels in here that we can mark off. We're going to do our best to find something in here around before the price action and the low, or this one here, right? This is definitely clearly 171.33, but something between the price action now and this level will be good to have. It could be 72, the whole dollar number, and actually if you put 72, let's draw a line here, see what we get, because sometimes these whole dollar numbers could be great areas of support. All right, so if you draw that line right on there, you do see some days kind of bouncing off of that, right, as support and resistance. So you know what, we'll keep that 72 on there, and then below that, guys, highs and lows from the last two trading days. Plenty of levels on here for CL. So pre-market activity is not looking on, doesn't have the best flow on this right now, right? You're not getting a good flow, but you do have a lot of volume. It is up 5.4, so it's definitely worth giving taking a look at this. WWE, probably one that has a lot of action this morning. As you can see, a beautiful drop here, down 25%. Definitely going to have this on my list because I expect this to be very active this morning, but this kind of drop. 45.22 is the low of the pre-market high, sitting at 48.25. We'll mark that down. And then let's see when's the last time we've been in this area. Going back on our daily, at least 52 weeks looks like already. So let's look at our weekly. Where's our weekly? Is that F5? Here we go, F5. All right. So just going to look at our weekly. We're going back all the way to 2018, so not too far back. But you do have a level here at 51, 51, 59, and then towards the bottom here, not the best levels. You don't have the levels where you kind of get, this type of lightning bolt structure where you can find very clean levels. Here's just kind of moseying along here, kind of bottoming out, rounding the bottom here and just kind of going higher. So I'm just going to mark down this 2 days here, 41.06, and then this bottom here at 34. I don't think we'll get to 34, but 41 and 45, those definitely could be some areas this thing can target today. So that's what we have on WWE. One of the ones that looks on the better side today, because they do have this beautiful drop this morning. Here is AMD, guys. So AMD, let me remove these levels here. So AMD, again, doesn't have the best pre-market activity. Does have some great volume right now. Just kind of hovering slightly below the previous day close. Got some potential for continuation. Had a beautiful day yesterday. Nice little run up yesterday, and it held here. Close very strong. But again, it's just right now kind of just chopping around a little bit, not doing much, but the volume is there, so I like that. So I'm going to mark down here the 49.51. You have another level all the way up here at 50, and obviously this one all the way up here. I don't think we'll get there, but just in case we have that on there as well. This 48 level is a good level, guys. We talked about this the last couple of days. Look at this 48 level here that we have, which is very close, which is basically the low of the pre-market this morning. So if it can hold here, it'll be nice to have, a move up above the previous day close, get a red to green move here. If we lose that 48, the next level of support that I see, that's a good one. It's a major level of support. Is 47.18. Comes up, you have the resistance, you got the breakdown here. You got to opens up slightly around that 47.18, but then look what we have, a beautiful retest of that a couple of days later before we make another move. So 47.18, definitely a level you want to have on your list this morning on AMD. So I like AMD. I don't think the pre-market activity it's looking all that great. Hopefully it can get better, but we do have some volume here. IBM this morning, we do have some levels. Let's remove. Actually, those levels are good. I shouldn't have removed those levels. Those were good. They look good at least. 141.30. High of the pre-market 142.69. Above that, you do have 143.90, and then you have this one here 145.76. Towards the bottom, you do have your highs and lows from the last two trading days, but you also have this one here 140.47. You do have a support and resistance being tested on that level as well. And NVC, I know a lot of you guys like this one, so I'm going to do some levels for it. I'm personally not going to watch it. It's just not my style of stock to trade, especially with this daily. I don't like this daily here at all. High of the pre-market 1973, low of the pre-market sitting at 1535. And above that, above the price action right now, slightly above, is 1772, a nice little area here of resistance. So let's just go back and see, do we have anything above this 1970, 73? Just gonna check here, go back a bit. We do, yes, we do, right in here. Let's go in this, zoom into this area. Yeah, definitely don't like the daily on this one, so I won't be watching it. But you do have an area right on here, 21.54, if it can get there. Obviously, this thing does have the juice. You can see in the past, it has gone from $3 all the way up to 17, so it does have the strength to get up there. All right, X, another one that's very active this morning. Again, still retesting these lows right now. So I don't think you need to add any more levels because this thing has been consolidating right in this area. So you have your highs and lows stuck in here. The only thing you could do is find the low under this 9, but I don't think we've been down here in a very long time. I think at least 52-week low. Yeah, so again, we're going back to 2016 time frame. So it's going to pick off a few levels on here. So we're going as low as 673 here, and you do have a nice level right on here at 814. I think that's a great level at 814. Several days testing it for support and resistance. I think that's all you really need to add on here. Again, it's going to take a lot to break down below that 9. Now that's a 52-week low, so that's going to be it's going to take some time to do that. But if it gets above this, your high of your pre-market is sitting at 996. Slightly below that, you do have a day on here, 970. You also have a moving average on there, slightly hitting one of these highs and lows from the last two trading days, so just be aware of that also. WDC, guys, I might move WDC up. I think it doesn't have the great pre-market activity right now. Volume starting to come in, but they do have a nice little pop here for 5.6. High of our pre-market at the moment sitting right at 70.90. Our low sitting right at 69.50. Towards the bottom, I'm not going to add any more levels. Look how many levels you have down here. So a lot of support down there. Towards the top, you do have 2 days here around 71.83. So we'll mark that down. And then what do we have here towards the left? Anything above that we can mark down? Let's take a look at. Is this all-time high, guys? I'm not. No, it's not. No, no, no. Nowhere near all-time high. All right, so here we have another great level. Right, we have a nice drop on this date here. Created some levels that we're basically testing now. Look at this 71.83. Look at this 69. This 69.54. I mean, it's just all being tested right here when we had this consolidation. The next level above that 74.78. All right, plenty of levels for WDC, but you know what? I like WDC's daily chart. I do like the fact that we're up quite a bit here. I'm going to move this one back up because I took some other ones that didn't look great, so I like this one. Let's take a look at XOM next. All right, so XOM also, you know what? I like XOM as well. This is trading very well. Let's bring this back up. I'm going to get rid of Amazon. Just reshuffling the stocks here a bit, guys, to fine-tune this a little bit better. Going to get rid of Amazon. We'll put it down as a possible down here. It is active today. And then XOM, this one is dropping nicely, down 2.5. It's got some good volume, 1.1 million shares traded. The low of the pre-market sitting at 63.08. Towards the top, guys, you got plenty of levels, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. Previous day close, moving averages. Again, don't need to add any more towards the top. Let's see when this thing, that was the last time we were down here around the 62 area on the daily. So let's go back a bit if we ever been here. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going really far back, guys. 2010. So this is really, really old stuff now. But just to have some levels, I think it's important. You have 62. Looks like the whole dollar is going to be important as well here. You have this one here around 60.22. But 62 is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that next level that we can possibly, if we continue to break down, 62 is a great level to have. Also, this is so old. You really want to focus on the price action and see how you're making out as you're making lower lows, higher highs, or are you making, how you going when you hit these the whole dollar numbers, right? 62.50, 62, that is gonna make more sense as far as levels and what to aim for. So this morning, very active, guys. Good pre-market activity, some significant volume, down 2.5. Definitely worth watching. All right, IBM we looked at. Let's take a look at NNVC. We looked at X. We looked at Amazon. We looked at. We dropped it down here. CODX. I'm just not gonna look at the mess in here. I'm just not gonna look at this. Gonna remove this from my list. INO. This one is okay, guys. This one's okay. So if you want to watch that one is okay. But I'm not gonna have it on one of my lists here. All right, guys. That is what we have. Just going to look around. Is there anything else that looks great that we might have missed? I'm just looking to see. Yeah, I don't think so. ADTN. So the two I took off, AD and T. All right, so I took off this one, but I took them off the main list, but they could still be good possibles. I meant to add them back in here because they are active, and if the pre-market can get better, and if we can get a good open, they could still be decent stocks to watch, right? ADTN is on here. SNDX, maybe not as great. I think ADTN looks a lot more better on the daily and also on the pre-market. So there could be some good possibles, but I'm not a fan of the way the daily is setting up on both of these. All right, guys, 2 minutes before 9:15. Any questions, anything that we can answer for you guys, anything that we have before we let you go in these 2 minutes that we have left? Here's V. V had a nice day yesterday, nice drop this morning, scapping down 3%, 118,000. This could be interesting. It's a higher price stock. Pre-market activity is starting to get going here. Got some volume coming in after 8 p.m. I'm sorry, 8 a.m. So that's good. Some levels just in case. I won't add this one, but some levels here. We have obviously 199, basically 200 with the moving average right on here. Below that, another great level down here, 196.43. That's good. And then towards the top, guys, plenty of levels, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days. So again, really good day yesterday. A nice big drop today. So it looks very active this morning. Just be aware of this is a higher price stock, and it tends not to move all that well, Visa, but again, today they could have a catalyst this morning. Kenneth, yes, I will not. I didn't do one yesterday because I was Kenneth is asking me not to stop doing recaps. So I didn't do one yesterday because I was doing the Ask Me Anything. So yeah, I will do recap as much as I can, guys. Absolutely. All right, guys, that is what we have. Guys, it is Friday. Have a great trading day today. You know what that means. You want to trade safe, be disciplined, going to the weekend knowing that you follow your rules is very important to have that mental mental check that that you're not going to go in the weekend stressing about your trading today. I mean, it should be like that every day, but again, I say it every Friday. It's something about Fridays. If you really mess up on a Friday, you cannot make it up until Monday, and that sometimes sucks big time. So trade safe. If you've been having a great week, be conservative today. These stocks don't look all that great. If you look at our watch list the last couple of days, they have been, again, amazing. Today, it's not all that great, and that's okay. The market's not always going to give us these blockbuster, what I like to call blockbuster watch lists. It's not going to happen every day. When we do get those watches, we can be a little more aggressive, take a little more trades. When we don't get that nice watch list, you want to be a little more conservative. You don't want to be a hero, just want to be very patient, even reduce your size. So if you're up for the week, which I know a lot of you guys are because I've seen the trades you've been taking, today's a day to be a little bit more conservative. And if you're down for the week, you still want to be conservative because you don't want to make more damage if you're not going to have a great day today. So still be conservative on either way of the fence that you're sitting on. Know that we're going to come back next week and kill it no matter what. The market's not going to go nowhere. You are not going to make up today a week of red days, right? It's just not going to happen. So just keep that in mind and don't force anything. Trust me, we'll be back next week and we'll kill it again. So sounds good. All right, guys, take care. Have a safe trading day. We'll see you guys next week, Monday.
Take care, guys. Trade safe. See you tomorrow morning. Just to echo what Carlos said, it's the last day of the month. Close it out clean. Don't be a hero. Come back February, start a new month. Do it all over again. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. Go Chiefs.